My Korean husband.
Hey guys,
I'm Nicola.
I'm Mr. Kwon.
And we're from the My Korean Husband blog. And today we're going to talk about Aegyo.
Aegyo.
So how would you describe Aegyo to a Western person?
Make something cute.
Yeah, so being sort of cutesy.
Cute sounds or cute acting.
Yeah.
or-
So this is something that is a lot in Korean culture,
Yes.
isn't it? I think in some Asian cultures, there's more of a sort of acceptance of being cutesy like that. But did you see much of this in Australian culture?
Not really.
Like, I don't feel like it's socially acceptable, like, for in Australian culture, for grown women to be cutesy like that. Like, people just like, you know, ooh, what are you doing? And actually, that was my reaction when I was first getting interested in Korean culture. When you see Aegyo and you're like, what is this? But it's something that I'm, getting used to. But I understand that for people in other cultures, it's quite different to what they're used to. So there's different types of Aegyo as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so some people might just know like the gwiyomi type Aegyo, and see, I could see your face and you're just like, you like shuddered or something. Because I would say the gwiyomi is the very fake Aegyo, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I don't think people should assume that Aegyo is just gwiyomi, right?
No.
That's
No,
not.
that's different. Aegyo is different.
Yeah.
Natural Aegyo is different from
Yeah.
that.
So when somebody is having genuine feelings while they're doing Aegyo and they're being cutesy, that is much more natural and likable for people, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's a range of different types of Aegyo. So, there will be people that say, oh, I don't like Aegyo, but they mean they don't like fake Aegyo like that.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think that's what they're talking about.
But
yeah.
there's still plenty of people that fall for and like fake Aegyo as well.
Yeah.
Even if they know it's fake, they still like it
Yeah.
anyway.
Some people.
But not you.
Not me. I don't know, but I just like, the natural Aegyo, like, 아이다. Like this kind of, it's just an Aegyo, but just naturally
Yeah.
happening.
So there was, who was it that was on the...
Harry from Girls' Day.
Yeah, so some of you might have seen this clip, and it was very, very popular in Korea. And you might be
Yes.
wondering, why was this clip so popular? So she was on the Real Men
Real
Army
Man
show.
Army show, yeah.
And it's a very stressful and difficult reality show to be
Yes.
on. And so she was very upset. So it was a genuine Aegyo, and she was crying, and she does, I'm not going to try to do it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she did this face, and like the commander guy, who was he?
Yeah, military instructor.
His heart like
Yeah.
melted.
Yeah, and actually they are very scary people.
Yeah, you know.
military
Yeah.
instructors. Yeah, but when she did and this
While she's
guy
crying.
just smiled. He couldn't hold because she was too cute. Yeah, after that, and lots of people watch her Aegyo,
Yeah.
and she got more popular
More
than
popular.
before. Yeah.
So one clip of doing Aegyo meant that this girl's career actually got bigger because it was
Yes.
real Aegyo. And now maybe if that clip was shown on Australian TV, it means nothing to us. We're just like, oh, she's just crying or she's just upset. But in Korean culture, this was such a like, oh, so cute.
Yeah, little girl,
and
so
everybody's
cute.
heart melts like
Yeah.
that. When you're in a marriage, your relationship is not static. It's constantly evolving and changing, and the dynamic is changing. So we've found that a lot of things about our relationship have changed since we've come to Korea,
Korea,
right?
yes.
And I think you've been back in Korean society and Korean culture, and these things have become more and more acceptable to you. Okay, a car just went past, so we had to move the camera. Okay, so when we're in Australia, I didn't do much Aegyo, right?
No.
Yeah, but now that I'm in Korea, it's sort of more. It's like you expect me to do more Aegyo, don't you?
It's better.
So this is the interesting thing. Like, when your relationship dynamic changes a bit, and you're in a different culture and a different society, he now expects me to do things with Aegyo, and you'll set me up for it. So we could be out, and I could be like, oh, Jagia, can I just get a drink? I want to buy a drink. And he'll say, no. And it's like that's the signal to me. He wants me to ask with Aegyo. So sometimes I don't do it right away because I'm a Western woman, I'm a Australian woman. Like, come on, I'm really thirsty, I want to get a drink. Like, no. Oppa, I'm really thirsty. See? Like, he sets me up. I don't want to be doing that. But he sets it up and then he feels good and then he'll do the thing for me. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
So that's the interesting thing, that I married a guy and we spent a lot of time in Australia and wasn't really expected of me to do Aegyo, and then we come to Korea and it's much more expected. So as much as that makes people maybe like cringe or like, it's a real relationship. And it's real feeling.
And you are not doing to everyone.
No,
you are doing it to me.
you.
So what's the problem?
Yeah, it's our relationship.
We are not really doing in public as well. So I don't think there is any problem.
The other thing to think about is your ages in a relationship. So this affects a lot of things. So you are a year older than me.
Yes.
And even though it's just a year, actually that's everything in Korea because you're my oppa.
I'm oppa.
So, and look, he likes it. But there's other couples where they don't have that type of dynamic. So for example, Han and Sophie, who are on our blog sometimes, and Daniel and Chloe, who are on our blog sometimes. Both the girls are older. And Chloe is quite a few years older than Daniel. She's such a cradle snatcher. So they don't have that type of dynamic. So Daniel actually really doesn't like Aegyo at all. He likes the noonas, he likes the older women, he wants them, strong older woman like that. So he doesn't like the Aegyo like that.
Depends on situation.
Depends on situation.
Yeah.
I think it's this fluctuating thing as well. And I think, sometimes you say statements like, oh, I don't like Aegyo, I don't like it like this, but there's so many different types of Aegyo.
Yeah.
And there's so many different moments in a relationship as well. So if someone's come to Korea and they have some male Korean friends, should they immediately do Aegyo with them?
No. No.
Why not?
Can be offensive.
It can be offensive, and I think there's already got to be that relationship there.
Yeah.
Like,
but if the egg is from natural, I don't think there is any problem.
That's right.
Yeah.
If it's a natural situation and for whatever reason you're being very cute, then that's fine. If it's part of your natural personality as well. Oppa, buy me ice cream.
That's kind of egg as well.
Really?
Like if your voice is like that, born to be like that, how can I deny? How can I complain about it? But you're trying to do Aegyo, so acceptable.
That was Fangorilla was acceptable there. Might need to let Simon Martina know that. I think it's interesting how your perception changes the more you're exposed to other cultures as well, because I think Australian women often, it's really hard to explain, but we don't do the cutesy thing that much. We're very straightforward, say what we mean, that type of thing. And I think for a lot of women, they look down on the sort of cutesy looking thing because that's the way we're brought up. So it is interesting the way that my thoughts change on this, and that, you can be very feminist and you can be very straightforward in that, but you can still have Aegyo in your personal relationship like that. They're not always, mutually exclusive like that. So I think that's a really good thing about learning about other cultures, is that you start to adjust your mind more and you realize, oh, you can have like this, it can be like that. It doesn't have to be just the way it is in your culture. So I guess in your mind, it's like a politeness, like taking your feelings into consideration.
Yeah.
I guess that's one way of describing it. So for example, I got in trouble a little bit because I was being too direct with him, like, I wanted this or I wanted that. Can you look, I'm really stressed, I'm really busy, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And he actually scolded me a little bit and said, if you just ask with Aegyo, then I'm happy to do it right away, and instead of being so forceful with me. And that was sort of like, I was like, okay.
Because sometimes feel like servant or something. Yeah.
Whereas I'm thinking, but I'm so stressed, I need you to do this for me, I need you to do that for me. But I just had to ask with Aegyo.
Yeah, can you do this one for me?
And that is a form of taking consideration of your feelings as well, rather than me just thinking about how stressed and how busy I am.
Yeah.
So that's another spin on it as well.
Guys can do Aegyo.
Like, guys can do Aegyo as well. And I'm sure if you follow a lot of K-pop, you would have seen some Aegyo that the guys
Yes.
are doing.
Yes.
And you'll see that some guys can naturally do it. And some guys, they're like, no. Everyone's like, no, don't do
Yeah.
it. So yeah, it doesn't matter of your age or your sex. Anybody can do it. But there's going to be some limitations for some people, whether it's natural or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Older people also can do Aegyo.
Yeah,
like
that's
if
right.
they want something. Yeah.
Old
Actually, Aegyo
harmonies, harmonies will do
yeah,
Aegyo.
yeah, harmony do Aegyo.
And Aegyo doesn't have to be something that is manipulating someone. You could just be being considerate of their feelings as
Yeah.
well. It doesn't mean that it's manipulation either.
Yeah, because we can't do Aegyo to someone you don't like.
Yeah,
It's
it doesn't work.
impossible.
It's like shut down.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, use Aegyo, especially if you come to Korea, and it is the right situation to use it, and it feels natural. You can do that. Okay, so in conclusion, what is our conclusion from this?
There are so many different type of Aegyo.
Mm-hmm.
And gwiyomi and boing boing, like fake Aegyo, is not the real Aegyo.
Yeah, so don't think that like Aegyo immediately equals gwiyomi and bwing bwing
No.
like that. That's
It can be cute, of course. You know, I like your relationship, and someone do boing boing to you. Yeah, it's quite cute. It works sometimes. Yeah, but not every single people. Not every single person.
natural is usually better. It also depends on your relationship and your dynamic. Age is such an important thing in Korea. So you are older than me and you are my oppa, so it works more on you, but somebody else's relationship might be different dynamic.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's all from us. So thumbs this video up and share it if you like it, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel,
So go over to the blog and
And-
all the social media.
and you can check out the comics on the blog as
Yes.
well. Can you do some Aegyo right now for people?
Boing boing.
Can you do gwiyomi?
Gwiyomi. No.
No.
No, wait, that's-
I'm a man.
Actually, I really hate that Gwiyomi song.
Bye.
Thank you.
Boing, 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 boing.